What's good, team? Right now I'm about to bring you guys another top 10 video today. And today's top 10 video is going to be talking about the top 10 ways the Yugioh TCG can die. Because the reason why I wanted to bring this video is because, let's face the fact, while Yu-Gi-Oh is not a dying game, there's a lot of ways the game can die. And I believe a lot of players think the game is dying like Asian Eyes is due to the fact that Konami just frankly pisses us off with a lot of different things. So, without further ado, let's begin. Starting off by saying I'm going to shoot this video really gun-ho, kind of limited on time right now. Starting with my number 10 reason Yu-Gi-Oh can die is lack of interest in the game. There are a lot of players that come in and out of the game, just like almost every damn thing. But if enough players lose lacking interest in the game, of course the game would die because sales will go down and Konami would think the game is not a valuable property to keep going. 9. Lack of communication. Now, Konami is notorious for not communicating with their player base on social media and in our comment section. Now, Mega Capital G made a good point in his debate with Slater by saying Konami don't want to have their comment section and their Facebook page spammed with free my nigga Stratos and a lot of immature bullshit. Which, while I can understand that, I don't necessarily agree with it because without player interaction or creating a community, which is what social media is made for, how do you expect your game to expand more and more and more? Card games are pretty much going online now, and while numbers are up at big events, it's 2016. This is not the early 2000s. This is like in the late 90s. You have to get with the times, and that's just my personal opinion. Number 8, power creep. Now, power creep is a thing that has killed tons of games like the Dragon Ball Z card game. Even the card game just made a resurgence. The Yu Hakusho card game, the Naruto card game got killed by Bandai, but power creep tends to kill card games, and at the rate Konami is going, a lot of players predict the game could die due to the power creep. So I can see if Konami just keep pushing the power creep up, the game can die due to the fact that players will lose interest and don't just want to waste money on cards. They're just going to get hit within a few months. Number 7, the ban list. The ban list is one of the reasons why I think Yu-Gi-Oh can see a potential death in the future due to the fact that it's really done unprofessionally. There's no ban list day. Konami just pretty much uses the ban list to make money, let's just be honest with it. And ban list really doesn't fix anything. There is no reason that burning a bitch should have been popular and relevant for this fucking long. Number 6, lack of an online game. Now, while I did kind of agree with Mega Capital G in the debate versus Slater, I do agree with Slater. Asian Eyes by Dragon, for you guys to know who the fuck Slater is. He made a good point when he says the lack of an online game can hurt Yu-Gi-Oh! And I can see that point of view due to the fact that, let's face the fact, once again, it's 2016. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like the only card game that does not have an official online game that periodically ups to date. Pokemon TCG has one, Magic the Gathering has one, and every time Yu-Gi-Oh! Makes a sad attempt to do one, they do it wrong. They want to charge us for duels. They want to charge us per packs. That's just fucking dumb and it's bullshit. I personally believe if Konami made an online game, it can help expand the game. Yeah, some players only play online, which is true, but there are a lot of players, a good chunk of me in the thousands, that started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again due to things like Dueling Network and etc. And plus, not to mention online games are a great way to help us playtest. So it helps the community who travels to events a lot as well. Number 5, the death of the anime/manga. Arc 5 is out in Japan, and Arc 5 is coming out to the TCG in the near future. Now, while Arc 5 is a great anime, what's going to come out to Arc 5, what's going to come out to that, and that. There's only so many ways Konami can keep pushing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime/manga that I think once the anime/manga die down, it can cause popularity of the card game to die down as well. While most people who are my age don't watch the anime or read the manga anyway, it's all about hitting the little kids. Like, granted, most people who started playing when I was 12 are 26 and older, or 23 and older. They're making families, they're going off to college, they're finishing college, and they're moving on with their lives. So if you don't start the crop now, for the younger generations like my son and my nephews, 10 to 15 years from now, this game won't have a future. I mean, yeah, people probably know about it, but it'll just be a relic of the past, losing interest to things like Hearthstone and games that actually have an online service. Because let's face the fact, once again, little kids nowadays do things online. Parents don't have time to take their kids to locals like they used to do back in my day. Parents are working nonstop. Sometimes parents are working 2 jobs. And hell, a lot of kids just simply don't go outside. When I was growing up, I used to see kids outside all the time. Now that I'm an adult, I don't see no kids outside unless they're at the park. Number 4, no interaction with tubers. Now this is on a smaller scale, but it goes back to the whole lack of community interaction. Konami needs to hop on the tuber bandwagon. Like, YouTubers are a thing. YouTubers are popular. Why not help expand your universe by showing support for your YouTubers? Europe took a great direction by allowing the YouTubers to record at their national venue. Even though I kind of heard they just gave them a little area in the corner that says for recording. Hell, it's a start, and that's better than nothing. Konami of America needs to take notes of Europe, because Europe is always one step ahead of us. It's a damn shame that Konami of America just started live streaming like, what, a year and a half ago? So take notes coming out of America. Europe is in the right direction by interacting with tubers. I feel like Konami needs to just interact with tubers more. Hell, even Nickelodeon, when they first started doing the Arc 5 promotions, took advantage of popular Yu-Gi-Oh players and got them on TV for a little 15 seconds of fame. So Konami really need to do more with the community and help out the tubers. So if they don't, I can see the game dying due to the fact that a lot of kids who watch Yu-Gi-Oh tubers are 8, 9, or 10, so they want to see their tubers at big events. I believe it can just help the game per se. Number 3, lack of profit. It goes back to the lack of interest in the game. If Konami don't make profit from the game will die. And this also is going to go into the fact that most players that are playing, that's not little kids, are older, they're smarter, they're not investing a lot of money into sets. I don't have no proof of this, but from what I know personally in my own little circle, most people just buy cards singly instead of buying cases like they used to. And I can see people waking up as they get older and just buying more singles. And since if that cycle goes on, the game can die due to lack of profit. Number 2, lack of relevant alternative formats. This goes back to how the game is going on now. Yu-Gi-Oh is in a stale state. I mean, we have Worlds in 2 weeks, and then pretty much that's it. We're gonna have a ban list and then a new format. In stale formats like this, alternative formats are king. Magic the Gathering is doing this really great with their alternative formats, and even though Konami tried doing alternative formats, I believe they need to push them a little harder. Like, for example, for YCS, why not make YCS a 2-event thing? One big event for this format and one big event for that format, and slowly grow your second format. Don't just force players to go like when they did with the Battle Pack thing. One Battle Pack YCS and one regular YCS. No, just split it up. Okay, you have the Battle Pack players over here, and then you have the YCS main deck players over here. And I believe that way, while having 2 big events at the same time, you can help grow your community into, okay, you have your players that like the alternative format, and you got like your players that like the main modern format. And last but not least, my number 1 reason Yu-Gi-Oh can die in the near future, even though Yu-Gi-Oh is not dying, it's the lack of cash prizing. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, Chris, Konami can't do cash prizing to Kazuki Takahashi or whatever the fuck his name, but it's kind of annoying that it's 2016, Yu-Gi-Oh's been out for damn near 20 years, and we still don't have cash prizing. Pokemon announced cash prizing this year for their tournaments, and that's fucking insane. Pokemon has cash prizing for Yu-Gi-Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh is the number 2 popular game it's the most popular card game in the world. Number 2 is Magic, even though Magic is pretty much, I think actually Magic is the most sold card game, Yu-Gi-Oh is the most popular card game. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. And if your 2 competitors for the card game world is doing cash prizing, Konami, you gotta cut out the old bullshit and the old rules and start doing cash prizing for your consistent fans that are still playing now. I mean, just do what Pokemon's doing. For the little people who are young and immature, get them scholarships. Give them the pricing that you're giving them now. And then for us older players, 18 and older, give us cash, cut us a check. Show us that you appreciate us for buying your product. Like, it's really frustrating. And I don't want this video to come off as a rant, and I love the game. I know the game is not dying, but you can never know. Things can get turned upside down and the game can die tomorrow. You can really never know when it comes to these things. And I like Yu-Gi-Tubing for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just want to do it for a fucking long time. So that's all I had to say about this topic. Post your questions and comments in the comment section down below. If you have any thoughts about Yu-Gi-Oh! Dying, do you think Yu-Gi-Oh! is dying? I mean, it's not dying, but do you think based on these reasons, you see Yu-Gi-Oh dying in the near future. So as I always tell you guys, if you're a new viewer to the channel, I'd love for you to subscribe for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. Upload 3 times a week. Mondays I do my general discussions, on Wednesdays I do my top 10s, and on Fridays I do my explain series where I explain decks and archetypes in detail. I do these videos because I truly believe in helping you guys become better players, and I also do these videos because I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. Chris from Team Innovation signing out. Peace guys, stay innovative. Deuces. The Zoken and the Domain Monarch deck being scratched, I believe Barrier is not going to be another great choice as well. You know, Barrier is now you can use the Moon.